Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. Today on the Daily Review, we discuss another late career Clint Eastwood movie as I'm just going through them. The ones I missed, the ones I had opinions of, that I was wrong about based on my own misconceptions. Today, it's American Sniper from 2014 with your host, me, Professor Joe LaRocca. Hey, there's a guy with a leaf blower outside. Is that an effective tool? Like gas ratio to effectiveness? I've never used one, but I have raked leaves. And I feel like raking leaves is pretty effective. That device, the rake they built. You know, especially if you got a good one with nice tangs on it. Anyway, this is a movie I hadn't seen because I kind of heard it was propagandistic. And what's that called when you're like really patriotic? Not Zionistic. What is that called? But it's that. It is a little bit that. It's like a little bit too patriotic, I would say, to some degree. But in actuality, it's a very well-acted character study of PTSD and one of the best representation of the effect mentally on soldiers of the conflict or war in Iraq. Certainly, I don't think it's 100. It's not super accurate in terms of actual military, the actual things that happen. I don't think, but it has been fictionalized. But it is about Chris Kyle, who grew up younger brother, real American, learned how to hunt and everything, tough dad kind of guy, being like, teaching him the rules, love America, protect your family, and you're a sheepdog, not a wolf, and you're not a sheep. You get in the way of the wolves so the sheep don't get hurt. And you grow up with that philosophy and the capability to do something about it. And you got nothing going on in your life when you're 30, and you go, and the fucking Twin Towers get hit, and you go, fuck this. I'm going to shoot me some terrorists. If only that's what were happening. But yes, he joins the SEALs because he's so badass, and that training stuff I really like. And Bradley Cooper's so good at that because he just is there in the mud doing it, I feel dangerous, sir. That seems awesome. Anyway, and so he just does like a bunch of tours, and it really affects his family life. His wife is Sienna Miller, who is maybe the least memorable pretty actress of all time. Like every time I see her, who's that lady? She's really pretty and talented. Never remember that it's Sienna Miller. And she's been in so many, she's been like everybody's wife at some point in the movie. I don't know if she's ever starred in a movie, but she always is very, very capable actress. I'm not making fun of her. And even if I were making fun of her, who cares? But I'm not. Anyway, so he, very much like the Hurt Locker. I think the Hurt Locker is a little bit more laser focused. I know military people also have a problem with that movie because it's not a real representation of what a bomb disposal person, wouldn't see that much action stuff. But I feel that movie is very much, it's a metaphor that it's a ticking time bomb, and you're just sent to like what you're sent to do is so crazy and so it filled with so much adrenaline. And that's what they talk about in this movie, that war puts lightning in your bones and you just can't live anywhere else. Like nothing else is the same. And Bradley Cooper, he really does a good job of making that transformation. He really feels like just like this broken dude by like the third act of the movie. And then there's some degree of rehabilitation and stuff and getting it, which is inspiring and maybe a little bit. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I think that there's maybe like too much action in it, Like, not that there's like tons of action, but that stuff, like what he sees, like there could be less and it would be effective is what I'm trying to say. But the other side of the thing is that he's our most accomplished sniper in U.S. history with 160 confirmed kills. So, or something like that. So it's like, okay, I guess you have to have a lot of shooting in it. But it's not as, I mean, it shows the positives and negative sides of being in the military for sure. So that's why I don't think it's as not xenophobic. What is the word I'm looking for? When something is really like nationalistic and patriotic, there's a word. Damn, I'm stupid. So yesterday I was at my dad's. I went down to my dad's to eat lunch and stuff. He lives on the Cape Cod, and not on the beach or anything, but it was just crazy rain. I thought I was going to die going down there. It was awesome. It was really like exciting. I felt like I was in Jurassic Park. Which way to the dock? Oh no, a spitter got me. Anyway, you can't stop either. You can just drive slow, but you don't want to go to the side of the road and pull over because then cars can't see you and then they just slam into you. Or at least I've seen in videos and has been told to me by my family that you just stay in the slow lane and you put on every light you have in your car and you just go. Keep your distance from the car ahead of you. Just go at pace and just keep going. You'll drive out of the rain. And that's what happened. Anyway, then I get there. It's all good, obviously. And then, what was I going to say? There was a point to this, though. Oh, yeah. We were going through. My dad was seeing if there was any of his old books that I wanted. And I took Paradise Lost because he had written his name in it. Class of 65 and stuff. It's like, whoa. And this study guide for La Divina Commedia with these like fold out maps of each book breaking down all the cantos. And it's amazing. It's so cool. And it's from the like 1959, I think it says at the bottom. So awesome. And it's just a professor made it at BC. It's, professor used to be so much better than me. Damn. Anyway, yeah. And then in this, God. Oh, yeah. And so then he was like, he didn't have his glasses on. So he's like, what's this book? And the light wasn't even on. He's just handing me books going, what does that say? What is this? What is this? And he hands me one and I say, oh, Sophocles. And then I go, and Antigone. And he goes, Antigone. What the hell is wrong? Antigone. I was like, oh, shit. I look like such a moron. But the truth is, I don't know if I've ever seen Antigone written down. And it is spelled Antigone. And I just saw it and I got nervous. Because I didn't want to disappoint my father by showing how stupid I am. Antigone. 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 Dumbass. Anyway, he wasn't actually mad. Anyway, that was it. And then I drove home, and it kind of rained a bit then, too. It took forever. But it was a good day. And now I'm going to go maybe see Lou, or maybe see Lou tomorrow. I don't know. McCavity, the mustache isn't coming in fast enough. I look like a fucking moron. Anyway, I guess, yeah, this is on Prime Video. If you haven't seen it, I do think it's worth watching. The last thing I have to say is that they make a bad guy that is one line in the book. This is a true story, by the way. You know, and Chris Kyle wrote a book about it. And he had one line being like, oh, they had a guy who was an Olympic sniper from Syria, and his name's Mustafa, and he got like a bunch of kills. But then in the movie, they make him like a cartoonish, like eyeliner, mustache twirling, like no dialogue. And it's just it's too silly. He's too evil, and like they shoot him in a different way. You know, it's just like, oh, this is too movie-ish to create like one singular bad guy. Now, I think there is a more artistic way of doing it, because even a guy says it. One of the COs is like, yeah, if you need that to be Mustafa, then go do your mission. Like, it's because the idea of Mustafa is the same thing as him, as the legend. Is like both sides tend to pick a few heroes and then bolster them, and they become like a mythology. Like many people were Mustafa, you know? And I think doing that in some way would have been more interesting than like every once in a while you see him and they play like sinister music and he's like, you know? And then when we see the American do it, he's got to like go through all these like morality things and has like a conscience about everything. But Not evil, bad insurgents guy or whatever. Insurgents, not the right word. Anyway, that's it. My brain isn't really working well today. I don't know. I gotta eat breakfast, I think. Like and subscribe. If you like to subscribe, I'm here every day. You can be here as much as you want. Hey, Natalie Portman got a divorce. Yay! Her husband cheated on her. What? I guarantee that guy cheated on her with a guy. That's the only thing I can, like, that makes the math work out. Otherwise, we have to, like, reanalyze everything we know about, like, physics and the world and language. That's the only thing that makes any sense. That she caught him, you know, with Justin Timberlake or something. Is Justin Timberlake gay? I don't know. I'm not outing him, but come on. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm just, jokes. What do people see in them? Anyway, Natalie, give me a call. I have a somewhat stable job. Make $40,000 a year.